How you doing today, guys? Welcome to this video and my channel. This is going to be the first video in this series of Civil War II as the Confederacy. I'm just starting this one off. This is the earliest possible start. I'm going to go through the whole war in April 1861. Now, early on here, there's not going to be that much to do. Let me just cycle through and double check, see how many units I even have available. And I think this is the only one. Carolina Department under General Beauregard. Now, the first thing we have here is Fort Sumter, which is the only enemy really even in play at the moment. And generally it's a good idea. Just want to get them out of the way as soon as possible. So I'm going to go on to an assault stance and move him on to Fort Sumter. Of course, it looks like it's going to take him a full 15 days, and honestly, with delays and such, he might not even make it there in time. So it might not happen till the turn after next. So there's no more units even available to move right now, so let's just double check. There's probably not going to be any decisions available either. Oh wait, I forgot I do have financial. Oh yeah, we're going to issue war bonds right away just so I can get that boost to my money. I try not to do any of these options unless I have to, but they're there. And obviously, you don't move your capital unless it's complete desperation mode. And that, honestly, that costs you money and a lot of other things. So, yeah, you really don't want to do that. Interior, government, there are some things you could do here, but most of these, honestly, aren't really things you even want to do. Now that would make it a little more likely that maybe you could draw somebody else into the war, like Britain, on your side, but I don't know. I mean, I've never had that happen. I've never even had it really come close to happening, so I'm not too worried about that. That, honestly, that looks like that has the biggest effect on it, though I've never actually used that before. So yeah, I don't know, that's something I'll have to think about at some point. Of course, yeah, that. Yeah, I definitely don't think I'm probably going to ever do that. But, well, actually, this is what I went to first. Let's see, I might be able to do something here. I could start developing territory. That would affects, increases loyalty, increases development points, and gives me extra victory points. I don't know, are there any counties? I doubt there's any counties down here where I'm worried about loyalty, but yeah, I'll check around a little bit. Definitely not that one. Alright, oops. Yeah, that's fine. I accidentally set them permanent sentry status, but that's fine. They were for it anyway, so permanent sentry status is absolutely fine for them. Yeah, I mean, I guess it probably doesn't necessarily hurt, but it doesn't, I don't think I'm going to get any loyalty bonus from any of these outfits, because well, there's actually 40% Unionists down here. Maybe maybe some of these Florida areas. And we'll develop New Smyrna. Now this down here in the past and some of my other playthroughs, this area has come into play down here in Savannah and Jacksonville. I might think about, now do I want to try and clear some of these areas a little bit? That would make it a little bit easier for troops to move back and forth. So yeah, I think I'm going to try and start clearing Fernandina. Telegraph lines, that's also 5 development points and gives me victory points. I mean, extra victory points is always a good thing. It certainly doesn't hurt to add those. So yeah, I'll start doing that. And honestly, I usually don't spend much time doing these decisions that much. I should probably do them more. Now this, to build the defensive works, honestly, you have to have a reasonable troop presence somewhere before you can even do that. So yeah, I ain't gonna worry about that. And I think I might be able to train a few troops, not very many, because I don't have that many conscripts available, or supplies, or money, but I can get some. I can get a brigade going. Might as well just do it here in Charleston. And I actually only have 1 brigade available. Now I can make a regiment though. And I still have enough money to get a small battery of very light artillery training. And I still have enough for that 1 last regiment. Alright, so that's everything I can do there. No more units, so I'm just going to end turn right away. Now, while this turn is ending, which honestly it might not take very long, but I did highly randomize the stats of the generals. Of course, now for the well-known generals of the Civil War, a lot of them, they're still going to have some bonuses that just they always have, but their base stats are randomized, so they may be different, may not be as good, or they may be better, I don't know. But I kind of like to do that just because I play this game a bit, and I like to randomize it so something's different, so it's not the exact same over and over again. Although now in truth, the AI plays different from match to match. So even if you do leave the generals the same stats, it's not necessarily going to be the same every time. I've had radical differences, but I mean, it just depends on how the AI decides to go after you. But so that is possible. But I like to have my general stats, different from one campaign to the next. Okay, let's look through here. Virginia secedes. Fort Sumter bombarded. Yeah, we didn't just bombard it, we took it. That's telling me I can't make corps before 1862 because they just didn't do that back then. Fortification started in the capitals, be Richmond and Washington. And then let's check out the battle statistics. We lost 100 men, a little over 100 men taking Sumter, but that's probably not that bad for attacking a fortification like that. Alright, so let's check this out. So we have the fort batteries here. Well, they can't move anyway, so they're going to stay there. Now we're going to try and get him moved back to Charleston. So it says it's going to take 50 days, and yeah, I don't even have enough transport or enough river capacity to even attempt to use that. And there's no rail line out there, so I think that's why that doesn't make a difference. So yeah, it's going to be a while before he gets back to Charleston, but no rush. There's no rush. Now him. Okay, there we go. Now I dropped him back in the fort where I want him. Alright, now these single regiments, it only takes one turn to form them, so they're available. Now, honestly, I need to think, do I even want to add them to the main army that ends up going north, or do I want to use them as garrison? Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think I'd rather... Yeah, I think I'm just going to add them to the garrison of the fort there. Yeah, I'm just going to let them march. I could use the rail, but, well, let's see how much... Yeah, it uses so little rail capacity. That's fine. I'll use the rail to get there sooner. Still going to take more than one turn, though. Okay, now we have Virginia. That has become available, so I have troops up here. Now Harper's Ferry starts under our control. So I'm going to send this militia, this regiment up here to try and secure that and at least give us some presence. If they send a very light force to try and take it, might be able to stop them. Although actually, I know what, I don't want them to actually garrison inside the town. I'd rather have them try and retreat. Just set them to defend and retreat. Which, I mean, if you're not familiar with the game, then that's... Basically it says your side will want to retreat starting with the third round, which basically it's a little bit more of a tentative defense. You're kind of in more of a position to start retreating quicker and have a better chance of doing it successfully. And we have some generals available up here as well. Right now there's just the base garrison there. There's no actual troops available for me to move. Major Thompson is the senior general of these guys. I'm going to take him and have him head up there, and he'll take command of that regiment. And give them a little extra bonus just in case they should run into some combat. Hopefully it won't be a problem, but you never know. Norfolk, I think, I'm pretty sure that is unmanned. I think it's under Union control, but they don't have any troops there, I think. So I'm going to send these guys in on an assault stance. But it's going to be very timid, though, just in case somebody is there. I mean, that's only a single regiment. Won't stand much of a chance trying to assault enemy in a defensive position. Shelby is technically available, although I think Arkansas, I don't think they haven't even seceded yet. So I'm not even sure if it would let me move him anyway. But I'm not going to worry about it. Yeah, I'll just leave him there. Okay, now here is the other regiment. I think I will move them down to reinforce the garrison at Fort Moultrie, and We're going to use rail for that. Don't have much rail capacity, but it uses very little. It's not going to make that much of a difference. Okay, so I'm just going to leave the generals there in place. You know what? Actually, I'm going to send General Johnson here. He's going to go up to Fredericksburg and take command of the militia there. But yeah, other than that, I think we're done as far as movement. Now, I did get that big burst of money from the war bond, so I've got a lot of money right now. Let's see, did it give me anything else available? No, doesn't look like it. Oh, you know what, one thing I probably could have done last turn, but I forgot to do, is my war production. That tells me I've got a lot of need in my line infantry for replacements. That red number, that tells you about how many, honestly, I don't think that's regiments. I think it's, I'm honestly not exactly sure what unit that is. That might be regiments, right number of regiments that need to be replenished. I'm not 100% sure on that though. But we need to try and get as many as possible though, because we are way short. Now I really need a heavy artillery. That uses a lot of money, which I have the money, but it uses a lot of war supply, and I don't have very much of that. So I'm going to try to replace what I can, but just don't have that much available. Actually, it doesn't take that much war supply to do this, so. But I'm running out of conscripts as well. Alright, so that's about all we can do there. Alright, so I think we're ready to end turn here. Alright, yep, let's go for it. Now, pretty soon here, it's going to automatically just transfer Beauregard up to Manassas, and there's going to be an army formed there. It's just going to basically magically teleport him up there, and I think some additional generals show up there with him. That's why I'm not really worried about sending extra generals to Manassas right now, because there's some that are they're gonna spawn there here fairly soon. See, Marshall Harper's Ferry abandoned. And yes, it was. Now I have it. Sam Lee captured 2 batteries. Plus, we got some engineers, Norfolk Garrison, Norfolk guns. I'm just going to merge all that together. And just use all this as the garrison. And 160 strength, that's pretty good for a garrison force. At some point, I may want to reinforce that a little bit, but I'm going to send the Suffolk militia back to their hometown. And leave them in Suffolk for now. Oh, that's one thing I forgot. Well, let's go through the rest of these. Tennessee secedes. And it's telling me about Norfolk again. Arkansas secedes. The Tyler Steel Mill. Yeah, it's basically an historical event. Doesn't really affect any of the gameplay really, but it is something that happened. His first inaugural address, and yeah, basically not. Now, actually, I forgot. Now, sometimes this will give you some information you look through your notifications that sometimes don't necessarily show up anywhere else. I mean, and a lot of it is just like telling you who arrived, where, and when. A lot of it's just movement notifications, which usually isn't that important. Okay, now Josiah Tatnall has been congratulated for his action against the enemy. See, now I didn't know we had any action against the enemy other than at Sumter, and I'm not aware of him being there, so I'm not sure why he was congratulated for anything, but okay, so Beauregard may already be up there. Yeah, so it looks like we've got troops that are mobilizing. Yeah, so as we can see, this is the 4th Carolina Department is where Beauregard was. Now he's there, so it must have already sent him to Manassas, which I can check rather quickly here. Yep, here he is with General Holmes, Longstreet, and Bonham. However, they are unable to move at this point, and all these guys are really, they've got the start of brigades here, but they're not very well formed. As you can see by all the red, that means they have very few men in them, and they're all considerably under strength. This is basically just a skeleton of an army right now. However, we did get General Thompson up here. Now I've got Joe Johnston. He arrived with the Army of Shenandoah. We've got Jackson, Smith, and B. But basically, looks like same situation. Their brigades are scarcely formed, so basically just another skeleton. Alright, now basically all I've got there is a Fredericksburg militia. I'm just going to put him in charge of that. These guys just going to hold their ground. Have supply trains available. I guess I'm just going to send them up here to support Army of the Potomac. And I'm not going to worry about moving them by rail. I don't really need them that bad. I don't think I will for a little while, so I'll take a chance on that. And then we also received supplies in Corinth, Mississippi. Do I even have any army formed out here? I've got some guys over here at Memphis. Yeah, well, I might just leave them there for now. Shelby is still here, but he's got no troops with him. Well, for now, I'm just going to have him head over here to Memphis. And once I do get troops available, he'll be there. Let's see what role I have for him. Alrighty then, this is the fresh brigade I created the first turn. They're finally trained and on the field. So I better get them moving. Now, however, now North Carolina has not seceded yet, so I don't think I can move troops through there, though. So the best I'd be able to do is just move them up to, say, Florence, probably, and then I'd have to wait. Alright, let's see. So, I think what I'm going do, find them again. They're up here. Just gonna have them, I'm just gonna set them up here in Marion. By rail. Hopefully next turn North Carolina will have seceded. I forget exactly when that happens, so I'm not sure. It shouldn't be too long though. Permanent sentry status. Alrighty. Man, just leave them sit there for now until I get reinforcements available. Alright, so that looks like all of my units in the field available to give orders to. So, I mean, honestly, what I really need to do is I need to get the replacements going. I need the replacements really bad. No, I'm out of conscripts. That's why it's not doing it. Alrighty. But that'll help. That'll definitely help a bit. Alright, so I'm not training any more troops this turn. Let me double check this, make sure I've got nothing else available. Nope, not there, that's not what I was looking at. Yeah, I'm waiting for the things in various to come up. That's what I really need. Yeah, I already looked at that. Alright, so let's end turn. Now, fortunately, I don't think their troops, a lot of them, are even going to be able to move right away. Although, honestly, McDowell, it's not showing that he has a hold on him. But I forget, it might not show me anyway, so, yeah, I can't remember. Yeah, but he might be fixed there in Alexandria at this point. Alright, so that looks like it definitely did make a difference. So now there's just a little bit of red. They're not pretty much all red like they were before, so they did get the number of troops in those regiments and brigades. But there's still a bit of work to do here. As you can see, the red bar there, that tells me how full on the number of men I am. So, yeah, there's still a lot more men that can go in there. And organization isn't that great either, honestly. So that's something I'll have to continue working on. Okay, so you need to stay put. You're going to stay put. You're going to stay put. CSA detachment. Well, they can't move right now anyway. So we don't have to worry about them. These guys, I probably should get them out of there. Let's see if I can get them over to Beaufort. to get there. Well, we'll just leave them at that for now, and I'm going to try and tell them to evade combat. There's a pretty good chance they're going to take some fire from Fort Monroe here, but there's nothing I can do about that. Alright, just tell them to hold their ground. They're going to take up position inside the town. Matter of fact, I'm going to just put them on permanent sentry status so they won't show up again in following turns. Are there any troops trained yet? There are, but he's got several elements to this brigade that aren't there yet. Those white chevrons, those are elements, or regiments, and or batteries of artillery and cavalry that haven't been added yet. You know what, I'm not sending these guys actually up to Humboldt. I figure that'll probably be a meeting point up there. Okay, it looks like North Carolina, they must have seceded because now it's available to move through. So I'm going to immediately rail them. Let's rail them up to Fredericksburg. Get a decent force there holding that position. And there is my alarm telling me to wrap up the video here pretty quick. So, let me just finish this turn and I'll wrap this one up. Oh yeah, that's right, I forgot about these guys. I got a battery of artillery as well. We'll send them up to Fredericksburg as well, because that is a key defensive point. It's a bit of a disadvantage for the attacker having to cross that river, so I want to put a decent defending force there as soon as I can put one together. Alright, these guys arrived, so I'm just going to merge them with the garrison. Same thing here. 1st Reserve Brigade has arrived. Reserve Brigade. Yeah, I'll send them to Fredericksburg as well. I'll just march. They'll be there in 10 days. I don't need to rail them. Let's have you stay put for now. Okay, so that's all my available forces in the field. What's this? Yeah, North Carolina secede, so I already knew that. Let's check my little notifications. There's not gonna be any combat, but we'll just look through it. Okay, here we go. Wow, they're already requisitioning stuff. Really, Denver? Is there enough to even worry about requisitioning out there? Yeah, so nothing really. Yeah, there's nothing. No big deals going on there. Okay, so now let's see what kind of money do I got. Well, actually, money was never a problem. It's conscripts and supply. That's the bigger issue. But oops. Okay, here's what I want. So I still got a lot of work to do here. I want to keep reinforcing my heavy artillery. That takes too many supplies. However, I will reinforce some of my lighter batteries. And then the rest, though, most most of it. I'll put some into cavalry, only. Okay, there we go. And honestly, I don't think I can do anything else because it requires too many conscripts. You know what, actually I think I can reinforce some more artillery though. 10 tons, 16, yeah. I can reinforce some more of my light artillery. Alrighty, so that's gonna be everything on this for this turn. Alright folks, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like. Maybe keep an eye on the channel. I'm going to try and keep up with my current running series again on this channel. Although due to some disorganization, I've had to restart some of them from scratch. I'm not sure if I have to do that with City Skylines as well, but I'll be finding out here fairly soon. Alright, thanks for watching guys. Have a good day.